So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I know a lot of people see this recording afterwards. Also, a lot of people are with me afterwards for the Q&A. That is not recorded. Why? Because I want to protect your privacy. So if you have questions, please join me every Saturday evening, afternoon for Europe, evening for Asia, and morning for America. So you can ask me your questions personally, because that is important. Because if you have questions, you will get doubts, and it's no good to have doubts if you're a co-owner or you want to become a co-owner. So let me introduce myself. I am Kaat Jacobs. I am the communication manager of the Skyworld community platform. And it's a privilege to be here with you guys again. I started myself in 2017 with this project. Well, I started getting contact and encountered with this project. It was an amazing experience. I didn't know that this wonderful project already existed, this solution for transportation problems. It was a hallelujah for me. And so I started telling everybody, let's do something for the world. Let's do something for the next generations. Let's do something for the nature, help me out. So my team grew very fast. I have the Skyworld community platform has a team structure, and we are now with more than 10,000 people in my structure alone. And we collected more than 5 million for the project. So I'm very, very glad that we all did this, and proud that we all did this together. And I know a lot of people are working hard for this project. So because my team grew very fast, the board members asked me, are you interested to do a business coach course? And I said, yes, I am a life and health coach. This is not my niche, but I am up to challenges. So I did. And I joined the leaders team. These are 130 people from all over the world. There are 5 translators, or there were 5 translators in the room every time, every month in another country, and that for 1 year. And after that year, there were 3 leaders chosen by the group, not by our coach. Yuri Galata was our coach, a tough coach, but the group chose 3 leaders of the leaders team, and I was one of them. So the board members asked me if I was interested to become the communication manager, and here I am. So who are the board members? Well, you have Evgeny Kudryshov, and he's our financial director. He is the one who's dealing with financial platforms. That's a challenge. For every country, it's different. Then you have Madam Irina Volkova. She's an engineer. She is communicating with the curators, or the people who are communicators of every country. Let me let these people in, because otherwise this black thing will pop up all the time. So, and then František Solar, he's a businessman and also an engineer. Then Dr. Maslov, lawyer and a doctor in economics. And Alexei Shudrikov, the youngest of them all, he is also an engineer, and he's dealing with the education program, and he has a lot of information about blockchain and crypto, and all interesting people and very hardworking people. So what is Skyworld Community Platform? It is a crowdfunding platform, and we are gathering the funds for the USD transportation. Our platform offers a convertible loan. You can get your money back after 2 years with 4% interest, or you can become a co-owner of this wonderful technology that I will talk to you and give you more information in this meeting. So our platform gives you a chance to become co-owner. That is a passive person. Yeah, you invest your money, you get the shares, you wait until the dividends come. Then you can become a partner. What is a partner? Somebody like me who will tell the world about this technology, that we need this technology, we need to do something for our world. We, the people, need to do something for the world. And there's still people coming in. And you can also become, like me, a co-owner and a partner, an active person. Yes. So this is all possible. And you can become a partner without putting any money in out of your own pockets. And that is a proof that we are legit, that we want to give everybody a chance to make a business out of this or to become a co-owner. You know, you cannot complain that you have no money. You can become active and then transfer your bonuses into shares. That's how I did it. And it works very good. I'm still buying shares. And I will not stop. Why? Because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I will show you all about it. And this is the certificate. This picture is a picture of a certificate. It is something to put on your wall. It has not a big value. It's beautiful. It is designed by Unitsky. But I will tell you all about it. The contract is much more important. So what is this transportation? This transportation is called U-Sky, and you hear it, sky. It's in the air, and it is an innovative transportation. That means it does not exist yet, yes. And it's a high string rail, yeah, so that means it is on string rails. I will also explain to you in detail what that means, because it's important, as you are a co-owner or you want to become a co-owner, that you know what you put your money in. Yes, you with me? Okay. And because it is above the ground, no traffic. Yes, who wants no traffic? We all want no traffic. No pollution, because it's highly developed. There's space engineering in there. And it can be built anywhere. And that is not a brag. You know, I'm not bragging. I will explain to you absolutely what I mean later on. So we know all that nature is challenging us, yeah? And we made a mess, yeah? We did. I mean, everywhere, traffic jams, everywhere. And U-Sky has a very simplified, clean, hassle-free solution for the mess we make for passenger transportation, but also cargo in the meanwhile, yeah, because the demand was much bigger than we thought. So, and there is, at this moment, there is no other solution, effective solution, yeah. The solutions who are now on the market are ineffective. And how do I know for certain? I was in 4 meetings in the port of Antwerp in Belgium. Yeah, that's me, that's me, and that's me. And look, I hold my hat in my hand. Why? My God, because this big harbor, one of the biggest in the world, has such big problems, and they didn't have a solution. And there we go, an effective solution. No effective solution in the last 12 years. 12 years. Do you understand why I say there's no effective solution at this moment in the world? And that's where we come in. So what does U-Sky offer? Well, let me show you. And let me put these people in. Let me show you. All right. We start with this one, the Unibike for 2 people and the Unibus for 14. But the world had other plans. The demand was much bigger. They wanted to have bigger vehicles. They wanted to have vehicles that could stand very high temperatures, sand, humidity, vehicles that can stand very cold temperatures, vehicle that goes very fast, between 500 and 600 kilometers an hour, cargo, loose cargo, loading and unloading, and container. And then we also have a very light one, the Uniwind, for 2 people. I sat in it, it's very comfortable, and it can be built anywhere. And I tell you all about it in a second. So this was the first, the Unibike, for 2 people, and Unibus. And these are designs, and here you got them on the tracks. Yeah, so it's not only a design, it's real, people. It's real. It is certified. Yeah, it is certified. That means we're allowed to build them in the world. They are allowed to be used. They're certified. Yes, so this transportation is certified. So these 2 are hanging on the tracks. They tested and certified. This one is for 2 people. This one is for 14 people. Then remember the one that is resisting very high temperatures and sand and humidity. Here we go on the tracks. Yes, so it's real. They're certified. Then this one, I saw it in use. By the way, in all the other vehicles, I also had a ride in it. And I saw this one in use. It's amazing. This can load and unload. This is a real picture in 3 seconds. It's amazing, amazing. I mean, our CEO is a genius. And then you have this one for loading ships, containers, loose cargo. And this is the story about the Uniwind. The Uniwind is a very light vehicle. And you see at the left picture, I took myself this picture. You see the people in the back. So this is quite a big vehicle. This looks like a helicopter, but it's not. This is a patent of a CEO. And this is a drone that can lift 1 ton, 1 ton, yeah? And it's remote controlled. So what can this vehicle do? It can lift this anchor. And this anchor can be placed then wherever we want. You can take another helicopter with the engineers and the technical people, fly there, and nothing is disturbed. Nature is not disturbed. The environment is not disturbed. Nothing is broken. Nothing is harmed. We can put these anchors there and load up the cables, and that's it. Yeah, so that's why I said it can be built anywhere. And then my favorite one, that's the Uniflash, or the high speed. Here am I sitting in it. This is a picture that was taken during the Inotrans, and the Inotrans is the biggest fair, transportation fair for professionals, yeah, not for public. Every 2 years in Berlin. And we were there exposing our first time our high speed. And it was an amazing experience. I was there for translation for the whole weekend. And it was a tough weekend. We were overflown with people who wanted to know everything about it. It was amazing to be there. Then this is a story because the container transportation, remember, we went to the harbor in Antwerp and they asked us, do you have a solution for the container transportation? And at that moment, the engineer who was with me, who also introduced me to the transportation, flew to the CEO and asked him, do you have any solution for container? And he said, we don't have time for that. Not at this moment. So, and then the pandemic came. And we had time because Belarus wasn't going in lockdown. And so our factory was working. And there it is, hanging on the tracks. Yeah, so you can see the transportation for container here in Sharjah, in our test park in Sharjah, and the test park in Belarus. And you can see here also the engineers working on this on the the vehicle, and you see the engine here. Amazing. So for $1, the 100-ton the kilometer, you have a vehicle. Do you understand what an impact this will have on our goods? $1, the 100-ton the kilometer. That is very cheap. And remember, it is environment friendly. All what we do is environment friendly. And this is Ulight. It is in certification process. This is specially designed for tourism. And the Dalai Lama was the person who gave us the impulse for that. He has a lot of pilgrims visiting him every year. And the way to his monastery is very remote. And he asked a solution to our CEO. And yes, we gave him a solution. So how does this Unitsky technology works? So let me reveal the secret. Let's start with the body. This is a metal body. Yeah, the rail is a normal metal body, but it is filled up with flexible concrete. Flexible means it will not break. So the rail will not break. So think, what does that mean for us? So that means we can stand tsunamis, we can stand hurricanes, earthquakes, you name it. Yes, that is a huge advantage, correct? Okay, and then you see these white dots. These are not dots, these are strings. And that's why it is called string technology, yeah? These strings are wrapped around each other like we do with ropes, yeah? To make ropes stronger, we wrap them around each other. And this is also done with these metal strings. And by the way, these strings are made in my home country, in Belgium. So that's fun. So why are there strings in there? So that the rail can bear a very heavy load. So we can transport a lot of people in the same time, or a lot of cargo. Yeah. So think of the advantages. It cannot break because it's flexible concrete there. That's the patent of our CEO. And then we have these metal strings wrapped around each other in the rail, embedded in this flexible concrete, to bear very heavy load. Then on top of this rail, and it's also around the wheel, there is a very special combination of metal. This is also a patent of our CEO. And this combination of metal makes sure that if the wheels drive over the rail, there will almost be no friction. That means no sound, these squeezing metal sounds of trams and metros. Yeah, I hate it. It goes through your whole body. That sound, that's gone, absolutely gone. I drove in these vehicles, you do not hear it. But then also there's no friction. And that means there is less consumption of electricity or energy we need to make the vehicle move, right? Remember that. That is very important too. Then the track is 5 times smoother and 3 times stronger. I already told you about the strings. Then there's something else here, something special. It is double anchored. Yes, you see the black anchors, the A and the B. Well, you see the red anchors, that is the double anchor. So we can build over water, mountains, and valleys. Yeah. And I was in these vehicles driving. And before we start driving, we had to look outside if we were driving, because we couldn't feel it and we couldn't hear it. So you had to look outside to see if we were moving. And then there are many rails already, actually 7, but these are the basic ones. You have the flexible, the rigid one, and the semi-rigid one. The flexible one, yes, there can be a distance of 5 kilometers between 2 anchors. 5 kilometers. Amazing, yeah? This one is for remote areas, yes, to connect hilly sites or over a valley or swamps, whatever. Then the rigid one is a double one. Yeah, you can see it here. It's has double rails, and there can be so vehicle on top and one hanging on underneath. It can be cargo. It can be the high speed. It can be a lot of people at the same time, and it's very, very strong. Yeah, for example, connect 2 big cities, or connect a city and a station or an airport or a port. Yeah. Voila. And then the last one, the semi-rigid, you can compare with a train or a tram or a metro, but then in the air, and the views are amazing. Yes, so it has a big advantage. Then the heart of the technology is the engine. This is a completely new engine. It is also a pattern of our CEO, and it runs on any environment-friendly fuel. Then, what are the advantages? I told you about the wheel and the metal on the rail, no friction. There's something else. The aerodynamics. You saw that the vehicles have this strange design, yeah? Okay, well, the aerodynamics are expressed in CX. The CX of a normal car, like we all know, is 0.4. What happens with a normal car? The air gets trapped underneath the car, and it swirls around the back, and it pulls the vehicle backwards. Why? It sucks it backwards, and then the vehicle needs extra fuel or electricity to go forward. The Formula 1 car is doing better, but still you can see the swirling at the back, yes? Then what does Unitsky have? Not that problem, of course, because we are in the air. Yeah. So the CX is 0.06. 0.06. If this vehicle passes, you will not hear it, you will not feel it, and the leaves on the trees will not move. Yes. So that is amazing. And so we save up to 880 tons fuel every year, each vehicle. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Let's look at the other parameters, and I know all of this because it was discussed in the meetings in the harbor in Antwerp. The capital cost is very low. That means to build it, very, very low. It surpasses every other transportation. That's why they asked us, do you have a solution for container transportation? We did not, and now we have. Remember? So the operational cost, that is the maintenance, very low. It surpasses all of the other vehicles. Yeah. Then the energy consumption, remember the no friction of the wheel and the rail. The aerodynamics, yeah. That is the energy consumption is very low. Also, we surpass all the other transportation, current transportation. But then here, boom, the capacity. We can transport 30,000 people in 1 hour, easily. Easily, yeah. You understand what an impact this will be and will have in our lives. And then the last 2 ones are very important for me, and that is the environment pollution and the accident rate. It's very, very low. Yeah, very important for all of us and next generations, of course. And our CEO also said to me, if we we take over 50% of the transportation in the world. And we can, because all over the world, we have transportation problems, every country. And there is no effective solution. I showed to you. There will be 1.5 million people's lives saved every year, because that is the accident rate of people who die every year. And then much more are harmed for their lives. Yeah, so that is a huge impact on humanity, correct? And then, of course, the delivery cost and the delivery time. Time is money. Here we go. We are doing very, very, very good comparing with the others. Then, a lot of people send me of pictures and websites of other transportations. And yes, there are, of course, a lot of geniuses in this world who are looking for a solution, like our CEO. We have a big transportation issue in the world. So let us compare. You have the monorail, you have the magnet levitation, you have the hyperloop. They're, thank God, all eco-friendly. They're all safe. The hyperloop medium, but still safe, yeah. But then they all need a flat ground before they can build. Do you know what it takes in a hilly environment to make a flat ground before you can start building? For example, a train track. A train track costs 22 million the kilometer. Not even the vehicle, yes, the track. So when you sit next time on a train, you think every kilometer, 22 million, 22 million, 22 million. Do you understand? So, and Unitsky can build anywhere. We only have to have places for the anchors. We do not need a flat ground. And people say to me, yeah, Kaat, but Hyperloop goes 1,200 kilometers, time is money. Yes, correct. But do you see the price tag? 100 million and more the kilometer, 100 million and more the kilometer. Yes, Unitsky is between 3 and 8 million the kilometer. That is something else, isn't it? So what is your government going to choose? Or what are the private investors going to choose? People who are in transportation. They need solutions, correct? So who is the genius behind this technology? Let me introduce you Dr. Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. Let me remove this floating panel so we can show him. This man is a genius. Still people coming in, so sorry, can't get rid of this black thing. This person had a vision when he was 6 years old that he would change the transportation in the world. And he obsessively worked on it for more than 40 years. He has 150 inventions on his name. He's a space engineer and an engineer. He wrote 20 monographies, that means books. And he wrote 200 scientific papers. This man is a genius. If he was an actor, he would be worldwide famous. But he is in the engineering and scientific world. He has 150 inventions on his name. We are all together here in this room. How many inventions do we have on our name? This man has 150 inventions on his name. Let it sink in. I talked with him twice. He came one time, he came up to me and said, ask me any question. And I did. I sat down with him with a translator because he only can speak Russian, and I'm not speaking Russian. I speak other languages, but not Russian. And so I asked him many, many, many questions. And he also told me his life story. How did this all was realized, how he worked on it, how he had some really negative encounters in the world with people who do not want to see transportation coming in the world. So this man is, I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. He kept on going. He kept on going, no matter what. And here are some wonderful designs of him. He has a museum in Belarus with all his designs. You can imagine in the last 43 years what he designed. You see him here. Here is Dr. Unitsky. Underneath his first test vehicle. This test vehicle is still alive. It was renovated and shown off in Belarus Test Park. And this is his last design. This is SkySpace. SkySpace is a technology that will take all the factories into space, a green planet. I will sign for that. I don't know about you, but all the factories in space, and he has already engineers working on it. So I told you 150 patents. Here are some of them from all over the world. And he took the technology all over the world, and he was surprisingly, for himself, surprisingly, the reaction were amazing, amazing. I told you the inner trance, this is a picture of me with him talking to two people of the National Railroad in my home country, Belgium. They were asking for help because the transportation in Belgium also has a huge problem. And you see here at the back, the high speed shown off. A lot of people visited us. Amazing. It was amazing experience. And of course, behind a strong man, there is a strong lady. Madame Nadezhda is also an engineer, and she is doing the business part. You see, she's doing pretty good because she won a certificate in 2018 of good management, and our company is very healthy. So the production result, what does that mean? What did we do with the money all these years? We collected so much money. Well, we bought a office, a small office. I can remember the first time, the first pictures, amazing. We were all very happy, cheering. It was a big step again. It was ours. Then the demand became bigger, so we needed more employees. So we needed a bigger office. So we had to sell it and buy another one, a bigger one. And again, it repeated the same story. So we had to buy a bigger one. We sold the other one with profits and we bought this one. This is our office. It's 9 stories high. It's highly secured. You only can enter with a hand scan. Why? We have to protect the technology, of course. And we have over 600 employees. You can see them here. A beautiful picture in Belarus underneath some vehicles. And here is the inside of the building. Yeah. So this is the address. If you're in Belarus, you can always drive around it. I don't think you can visit it because, you know, people are working there, but you can drive around it and look it up. It is in Minsk. Minsk is the capital city of Belarus, and Belarus is an independent country between Russia and Europe. So don't freak out. It's an independent country, because a lot of people freak out because the war in Ukraine and blah, blah, blah. We don't have anything to do with it. And then we have our own factory. I remember this building. We started with this one in the middle, and then we had to expand, of course. And then we built this the building next to it, and then the bigger building next to it. And this is also ours. Yeah, this is ours, not from the bank. And you can see here pictures from inside. Remember, I told you the vehicle that can stand very high temperature and the vehicle that can stand very low temperature. This vehicle is made completely out of glass, and a lot of people, and this one too, a lot of people react, but Kaat, the vehicles are in the air and are made completely out of glass. Isn't that dangerous? Well, let me tell you, this is one of the patents of a CEO. And this glass can have a sharp projectile impacted at 500 kilometers an hour, and the glass will not break. Plus, the glass will keep the temperature in the vehicle very nice temperature. Then we have the first test park. I already told you about pictures of the test park. This is in Belarus. This test park, you can see which one is which one by the ground. Yeah, you see a lot of grass, that is Belarus. And if you count correctly, you can count 7 tracks here. There is the museum I told you where all the designs of Unitsky are hanging. We have a pond. This was a swamp, yeah. And we have a pond with fish. Our CEO loves to fish. He goes fishing on this big lake here at the back also. There he gets, during fishing, he gets his inspiration. And we also have fruit trees and vegetables. There's a greenhouse between these big trees there. And so if delegates from all over the world comes to us, we can give them fish, fruit and vegetables from our own grounds. And why are we doing that? We are doing that because we want to show that to the world that this transportation is completely ecological. Correct. Yes. And this is a beautiful house, self-sufficient house made out of wood with a garden on top. And this house is this little dot here. And that's also a design of our CEO. Then we have Sharjah in the Innovative Center in the UAE, Sharjah, that is next to Dubai. We have a test park there. And this is a very important picture for me personally. This is a part of the leaders team. Remember at the beginning of the presentation, this is a part of these 130 people from all over the world who invested in the technology, who are active for the technology. And this was the first anchor to put in the ground in Sharjah. You see, even the side anchors are not there yet. This was a very, very important day for us because we took a next step. Yes, it was a next step. And here you see Unitsky, Dr. Unitsky, in front of a road sign to show you the road to Unitsky Test Center, USky Test Center Certification Center in Sharjah. That is the university city next to Dubai in the UAE. And this is one of the latest pictures of the station for cargo and passenger transportation in the UAE. And remember, sand, everywhere sand. And this is our eco house. This is the only wooden house in the UAE. Unitsky had a permission from the king that he could build this. And he also developed a humus, something to recover the ground, because he was telling me also in his conversation with me that the roads that are not necessary anymore if we build the technology, that the ground underneath the roads is dead. And if we recover all this ground, that we would have much better, a big impact on the environment again. So this man is always thinking about environment, how to improve. So he said, if we remove all these roads that we don't use then anymore, there's a lot of land coming back to us. We recover it back, but it's dead, and I need to find something to recover it. And he did, and this is the proof. This is sand, people. It's not sand, it's powder. I've been there. It is so fine, so thin, it's powder. It goes everywhere. And this is what he did. Look, the eco house is built completely overgrown with green, and there's a green tree and green grass in front of it. And it's all because of the soil that Unitsky designed. And of course, with all this innovative technology, we were everywhere in the news, everywhere. And we were also in CM Business and Fox News. And then we had a tsunami of emails and phone calls, of course. We were in the Expo 2020 in Dubai. We were at the Expo in India this year. This is our colleague and friend, Said, who did a great job there. To show the co-owners and all the people who visited us about the technology. And then this picture is a very important picture. If I can hide the floating panel for a few seconds. This is Dr. Anatol Unitsky holding a certificate. And this certificate is very important. And there's still people coming in, so I can't hide it, but I do my best. This black thing. So this certificate is saying that Unitsky String Technology is a bona fide partner for business activities in Belarus and abroad. Yeah. So this is a very important certificate that tells us that the technology is approved to be built in the world, and we will build it. We are building it this year. So this year, 2022, is a very special year for us. We know tram, train, trucks, cars, motorcycles, bicycles, planes, and there will be U-Sky. Yeah, there will be U-Sky. So prepare yourself for new transportation. And a lot of smart and intelligent people in the world who are having their heart on the right place and care about the environment want this technology. And one of them is governorship Charles, I'm not so good in his name, Shakuama Soludu. This man is an innovative man, and he wants to get this technology into Nigeria. You see, Nigeria, a huge country, and he's having in Anambra State this technology. Yeah, so the Nigerian people are the lucky ones in whole of Africa. So this man is doing his best to get this technology into Nigeria. Because he wants to make the transportation and his state an ecological state. And I have a lot of respect for that. Then we have other people who are coming towards us from Rwanda and Lesotho. Rwanda here, a little bit to the right down in Africa. And then Lesotho is next to South Africa. Also people who are innovative and love nature and want to do something for the environment and the transportation, of course, because we all, not only in Africa, but we all have problems with transportation. And that's why a lot of delegates came to Belarus and Sharjah to a test box to test the vehicles, sit in it, experience it themselves. Yeah. So everybody can invest in it. Yes. So I will explain you how to do this. We have 15 stages. We started in 2014. Yeah. That's how long we are active in this. And every stage, we gathered money, we bought something. We gathered money, we bought something. We gathered money, we developed something. We bought something, we developed something. And in the 8th stage, there was no risk anymore because we have enough assets to pay back the investors. Yes, so there's no risk anymore. Now we're in stage 14.2, and the shares are still very cheap. I will show you later on. And there is for every budget, yeah, you can invest with $50, you can get 800 shares. There are even packages you can pay in 5 till 9 months. So everybody can join. And remember, you can join as a partner without an investment, yeah, without any investments. And then your bonuses, you can switch over to shares. And you become a co-owner. You only have to be active. You don't have to put money out of your own pocket. So what are these shares? These shares are dividend shares. Listen up. Please listen up, because here are a lot of questions. These shares are dividend shares. These shares give you a passive income. That means you do not do anything. Your money is doing it for you. So if you invest now, you will have for the rest of your life a passive income from these shares, as long as you keep them in your possession. And if you leave this beautiful planet, you give these shares to your children and grandchildren, because Unitsky gives 100 years guarantees on the track, yeah, and do the maintenance. So 100 years from now, where are you not then? Yes. So that's why the contract you signed after you paid off your packages is very important. You have to print it out, download it, print it out, put it on paper, print it out, put it in a plastic bag, seal that plastic bag, and keep it on a safe place, not in a bank, in a safe place. Yes, because you will give that to your children and your grandchildren. Yes, so this is a contract for life. And yes, you can sell these shares if we go on the stock market, but at this moment that would be suicide, because the stock market is very, very unstable at the moment. Plus, nobody knows us. Who wants to have shares on the stock market? The normal shares. Nobody, because nobody knows the technology. And that's why we have these special shares. What shares do we have? We have the A-class shares. The special shares, we're still in the pre-IPO, the shares are very, very cheap. Yeah. So we have the A-class shares. Remember that these are not the normal shares. These are the dividend shares, the passive income shares. If we would go on the stock market, because a lot of people ask me, when are we going on the stock market? Because they hear shares, they think about stock market. Wrong. Yes, you have the A-class shares and you have the B-class shares. The A-class shares are the dividend shares. The B-class shares are the shares that go on the stock market. You can sell them, buy them and sell them and hope to make a little bit of profit. Yes. That is during the IPO, if the company would go on the stock market. We do not go on the stock market yet, and I hope we don't go for a long time. Why? Because otherwise people would be so stupid to sell their shares, because they don't know what they have in their hands. Yes, but if we would go on stock market and the B-class shares would go up because people like the shares, people like the company, wants to own a little bit, wants to earn a little bit, blah, 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 then the profit of the company will go up. And then our price of every dividend share will go up. So that is the only effect it has on our shares. It has a big effect, of course. The more profit, the more we get per share. And the more shares you got, the more you will own. Yes, every year. Yes, every year. When will we go on the stock market? Nobody knows. When will we have dividends? if everything goes right, and as we are now doing in the world, we will have the second part of next year or dividends. We lost 2 years with, of course, the pandemic. Everything was shut down. We couldn't work. The only thing we did, well, not the only thing, but one of the major things we did is construct the container transportation during the pandemic. And that is now more popular than all the other transportation. Yes. So that's a plus. Yeah. But for the dividends, yes, we lost 2 years. We can't do anything about it. So don't moan and complain. The company is still alive. It's healthy. And we are working and going on with work. And we are healthy. You can see this. We successfully passed the audit. It is now also in English. You see here the Russian version, but our company is healthy. Yeah, this is a very difficult thing to do. It goes with lawyers and it's a whole procedure we have to go through every year, but we prove that we are a healthy company. Yes. So we passed the audit. That is very important. And then a lot of people ask me, what about the construction? Yeah, the projects themselves. Well, let me explain to you. Here's the roadmap. We sold 4 projects last year. 4. Okay. 2 of them are already in stage 2. So we begin with stage 1. That is the pre-visibility study. That means that the engineers need to know where do the tracks need to come, what is the environment, what is in the ground, which vehicles, how much, transport, how heavy, all of these details. Then the second stage is the designing stage. And then the third stage is construction, delivery, and equipment and off-rolling stock. So that means the vehicles. So the construction of the rails and the vehicles. And these two can go hand in hand together. Yeah, you can read it here. That can be parallel. And then you have the fourth stage, the startup, and then we have 24 months to check if everything is working as we want, because remember, Unitsky gives 100 years guarantee on the tracks. Okay, so I always say get shares of this rapidly growing transportation company. And how do you do that? The person who sent you here, you give the person your name, your best email, and your phone number. Then this person will give you a back office. You can choose your own password and, of course, your best email. And remember, this is very important. That's why it's in big letters in red. This is the only browser address, the correct browser address of Skyworld Community Platform, because there are hackers in the world. They change a little bit. You Google Skyworld Community or Skyway and you click on the first thing. You don't even read the browser address. You click on it, you upload money, and your money is gone. And we cannot do anything about it. And that is horrible for us and for you. Yes, so please, my advice, copy the right browser address, send it to yourself in an email, please, and then start from there. Okay, what about the dividends, the shares? You can see they're very cheap, between 2 cents and 6 cents. I told you, everybody can step in. $50, you get 800 shares. 1 share costs you 6 cents. 6 cents, yes? Okay, let me give you an example. $1,000 gives you 30,000 shares. Yes, 1 share costs you $3 cents, sorry. Yeah, if you pay in one time. If you're new and you do your registration, pardon me, the upload of the money, and your first payment or the total payment in 7 days, then you get 10% on top. So that means here 3,000 shares for free on top. Yeah. So I advise you to start on a Monday, because Saturday and Sunday, the registration, the KYC people are not working. So start on a Monday. That's a good advice. All right. And then you have the packages. I told you you can pay off in 5 months, 9 months, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. Okay, let's take the package of $1,000 again. 28,000 shares, 28,000 shares. One share costs you 4 cents. You can pay off 5 months, $200. Yeah. And if you do a double payment with the start, then you get 1,000 shares on top. That's 29,000. If you then new and you start your first payment, do the KYC, upload your money, and do the first payment in 7 days. Within 7 days, sorry, I have to let these people in. Then you get 10% on top. So that means 29,000 shares, 10% is 2,900 shares on top. So you're pretty good. You get a lot of shares if you're smart. And then we have our app for free, Skybolt Community SWC. This is our logo. Please check it out on Android. Yeah. And this is my own phone. You can put it in English. Yes. But you can see the latest news. You can see how much shares you have, how much money you put on, you upload it, how big your group is, yeah, your team is, everything, and it's for free. Yeah, you can install it. And some people ask me, it sometimes didn't work correctly. And that is right. That's correct. They were working on it, and it should be working now. They updated it, and it should be working now correctly again. So then I have a request. These are Unitsky's YouTube. He has a Facebook. He has a Twitter. He has an Instagram. And please say hello to the man. Please say something good to him. Please be nice. Encourage him. This man is 73. He should not has to work for us and humanity. He should have, enjoy his life now and but he's still enjoying. Don't worry. This technology is his passion. But be nice to him. Say hello to him. Encourage him. This man does so much for us. And that's a personal request. So go to your YouTube, go to your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, look up Unitsky String Technology or Anatoly Unitsky, his own name. You can find him there and say hello to him. Hello, see you. I admire your work. I'm proud to be a co-owner, whatever. Yeah. And he reads it. He told me personally, he reads it. He loves people. Why you think he works so hard for us? And then we have a new website. Please register. This is unitsky.com. It is now ust.inc. Yeah. And this is our website. Go to it, visit it. It is a wonderful website. You can click on things. It opens up, you can read things, it moves, it shows you beautiful designs. Yeah, so go there. And then if you have questions, if I can do something for you, you can contact me, india@skyway.capital. Why India? Because I'm also responsible for India. Then you can find me on WhatsApp. And you can become a member of my personal groups. That is Facebook group, YouTube, Telegram group, and Instagram group. why is it called Sky World No Millionaire? It started with a joke, and there are now more than almost, because I have to update this, there's almost 12,000 people in there. Well, I tell you the joke to finish the recording. I was in together with my colleague Christian van der Vijver, who's the ambassador in Nigeria, and we were working hard in the inner trans. Remember in Berlin, the transportation for experts, yeah, a transportation fare for experts, professionals. And we were and Sunday evening, we worked so hard and we were relaxing, and the fair was closed. And then the right hand of Unitsky came and sat down with us, and he said, well done, you really worked hard. And he showed us his personal telephone, and he showed us that big companies, big names contacted him to have a meeting with Unitsky and about technology. And he said to us, the people who own these shares are the new millionaires of the world, but they do not know it yet. So that's how it started. I said to my colleague, wow, that is a great name for a Facebook group, Sky World No Millionaires. And that's how it started years ago. The group is now 5 years old, I think. And around 40 people want to come in every day. So it's a big thing to keep it clean. And I answer all your questions in there. I personally answer all your questions in there. So go there and find me, and we will put in the chat the link to it. So thank you very much for your interest and for your teamwork, for all the people who are helping us out and tell this wonderful opportunity to the world. Thank you very much for being here. I will stop the recording, and then I will answer all the questions of the people who are with me here in the room. And I love the questions, and I love to be in contact with you guys. Please join me live, and then we can meet up. And because we are connected, we are the Skyway family, we are connected for life. So I hope I'll meet you one day. Okay, see you soon. Up to next Saturday or tomorrow. The meeting is in Hindi. So maybe I see you then. Bye bye.